Okay, we have with us now in the 149-pound championship, Austin Gomez from the University of Michigan. Austin, when you catch your breath, if you can get us started with some general comments about your bout.
General comments is, I'm right where I need to be, one match away. That match right there was just world-class technique. Kevin Jackson preaches to me, world class, that's what you are. That's what I did.
Okay, remember, if you've got a question, let us get a wireless mic to you. Okay, we're going to be right here on the front row.
Also, Mike Finn from Win Again. Your decision to go to Michigan, a lot of people thought it was more because of the freestyle, which obviously you've excelled at. How much of that actually helped you with your college mentality, your folk style mentality?
Wrestling, freestyle? Wrestling both. If anything, it helped my freestyle. These foreigners, they just wrestle in spurts. But this college season, the 7-minute matches, it's a freaking grind, man. This college season's a grind. And if anything, this has helped me. Wrestling folk styles helped me more with freestyle, but freestyle, I got to make 65 kilos, which it's not fun doing that. So it's really helped me kind of keep my weight low and not having to cut too much. No weight really at all for 149, so it's helped me in that aspect.
Okay, we got a question over here on the right side here.
How you doing? Oh, sorry.
Good.
You're coming right off a match, but I need to know, what are you already thinking about planning? What's going into your planning for tomorrow's match?
Well, right now my main focus is I gotta get out of here and go cut some weight, but just keep everything world class. That's everything that KJ tells me before I go out there and wrestle, or even like 30 minutes before I go out there and wrestle. He just says, these dudes have nothing for you, and they really don't. If I'm wrestling world class and staying steady on my offense, my defense, my hand fighting, these dudes really don't have anything for me. So
I think we've got one over here in the back on the right, on the left.
Kyle Klingman of Flow Wrestling. Take us through this journey. Iowa State, concussions, Wisconsin, Michigan, making an Olympic team for Mexico. Take us through the journey and how you got to this point.
It's been a lot of ups and downs. It's been a lot of adversity, starting at Iowa State and making the round of 12 hurt, losing in that, and then hitting concussions, sent me back. My mentally just wasn't there. My love for the sport went away, and then, of course, what happened with my dad. That was a big thing too, is what I went through with him, because I also have a baby brother who passed away when I was 11. He was 14 weeks old, so him going through that made me realize like I might not have any guys around me anymore with my dad and then my brother. But going through that, and then ultimately retiring, I didn't love the sport anymore. My love for the sport went away. Cutting down the 133 wasn't fun, not easy to do. And then going to Wisconsin, Bono and Reeder and Gross were the right guys for me to get me back up on my feet and putting that belief in myself that I do belong here. I do belong on this stage. And then now I'm in the national finals representing Michigan. So it's been a long freaking journey, man. And I just got to thank my family and God for just blessing me with these opportunities in my life.
Okay, we're going to be on the front row over here on the left.
Okay, also, you talk about the love of sport. How did you get it back? What helped you? Because it sounded like you were just burned out.
Not doing anything for 6 months. I wasn't doing anything. I was graduating from Iowa State, and then I was done wrestling, wasn't really doing anything. I guess you could say I was living kind of the normal college lifestyle, and I was getting fat, and I didn't like that, so I started working out again. And after like a month, I started getting pretty lean, and I was like, dang, maybe I can still do this. And my sister Alexis, she was at Grandview University at that time, wrestling on their women's team. So I would meet up to her 2-3 times a week. I'd go over to Grandview, get some workouts in, and that's how it all kind of started.
Did Kevin ask you to come up to Michigan?
how I got to Michigan? Yeah, after I decided I didn't want to take my last year, just focusing on my freestyle career, I think I need to be somewhere where there's guys around freestyle, and Cliff King Wrestling Club's the best place for that. You got world and Olympic medalists, gold medalists in that room, and that's the room I want to be in. And Kevin Jackson recruited me to Iowa State when I was 16, 17 years old, and I've always had a good relationship with him, kept it for a long time, and I knew that's who I wanted in my corner when I started achieving my goals.
Let's go over here to the left.
Austin, talk about the matchup for tomorrow. Obviously, you have to get your mind right. You got to get your weight down. But what's the game plan going into tomorrow's matchup?
I honestly don't know. I haven't honestly watched too much of Caleb. I know he's tough as nails. So, KJ will take care of that, tell me what I need to do, and he'll just tell me to keep it world class. And if I keep it world class, it's going to be a dominating performance.
Got one for you in the back.
We've seen more takedowns from you, not so many big moves this tournament. Has that been a focused effort on your wrestling, or is that just taking what's there?
No, man, I'm just taking what's there. These dudes think that I'm an upper body wrestler, and that's just not what it is. My mantra is scared money don't make money, and I'm going to live and die by the sword. That's what it is. I might force it sometimes, I might not get it, and I do get it sometimes, and it's freaking awesome. But my leg attacks are some of the best in the world. My re-attacks are some of the best in the world. So I don't need to go upper body unless I have to. At the end of that first period, or beginning of the second period, I was trying to force something a little bit, didn't need to. Then I got right back to my leg attacks because I knew that was going to win me the match.
Okay, we're over here to the left.
So you've already qualified for the Olympics, and
Yeah.
you've talked about the folk style grind, and obviously you wrestled a guy from Penn State in that first match. You had to overcome injury and everything else. Was it that folk style grind that allowed you to kind of push through the injury, push through and get the comeback, and then ultimately qualify for the Olympics? And how did qualifying for the Olympics change your mindset going into this tournament?
Yeah, that match with Nick Lee was a tough freaking match. Dylan got hurt, and I was down on the ground, and I was like, oh shoot, Sean's gonna be pretty mad at me if I'm hurt and I lose this match, and so I just had to dig deep. To me, it was you got 3 minutes left to go accomplish your dreams. It doesn't matter how you feel, And Derek St. John used to say that to me when I was at Iowa State. It doesn't matter how you feel, and I was just playing that in my head, and I was like, you got 2.5 minutes to go, be one step closer to qualifying for the Olympics, and I just had to dig deep, and then qualifying for the Olympics, huge weight lifted off my shoulders. I do not have to go to Istanbul, Turkey, in May or whatever it is. So it's just like that allowed me getting the job done in Mexico, and then coming into Big Tens and NCAAs, I was like, oh, we're gonna have some fun now, because I'm not worrying about, because my main goal was to wrestle freestyle. I didn't want to wrestle folk style. That didn't come until later, and that was my main concern, was freestyle, and that's what I wanted to do, and I accomplished that goal, and now it's time to accomplish one more tomorrow night.
Okay, we got time for two more. First one will be right here on the front row.
Also, I'm not trying to bring up something bad or anything, but understand, why did you try to wrestle for Mexico and not try to qualify for the United States?
It's something my grandparents wanted me to do. My grandmother, my grandpa approached me and my dad and how cool would it be for Austin to represent where his family comes from, where we come from. And my grandmother used to tell me all the time, you don't be ashamed to be Mexican, Carry that flag around with you with pride. Be proud to be Mexican. So that's something that we've always dreamed of, and we're getting a lot of crap for it, but we're only getting crap for it because we're beating the U.S. guys now. That's why they're getting mad at us, right? It's okay. You don't seem not to bring up Miles Amin or anything. I love that guy, but Miles Amin doesn't get dragged under the bus, right? Because you got David Taylor at that weight. So why are we getting dragged under the bus? Because we're in the Pan Ams and we're beating you guys? That's not our problem. That's your problem, right? You got to wrestle who's in front of you, and that's all I'm doing.
Last question is back here.
just on that same note, a lot of critics, a lot of keyboard warriors out there as far as you competing for Mexico and also just transferring schools. What do you have to say to all the critics out there?
I don't know. It's just silent. It's just noise that I block out. But you know, I'm going to Olympic Games and I'm in the national finals, so everyone can shut the hell up.
Okay, Austin, thank you very much.
Thank you.